Is this a reaction video? Am I back? I'm back, bitches, but only for a limited time. I am here to react to Dua Lipa's everyday beauty routine on Vogue. This one is really interesting to me because she is using her very own skincare line, which she did in partnership with Augustinus Bader. So for some reason, this video just called to me. I felt like I needed to come back out and do a little skincare reaction so that we could go over all the products and talk about whether these products might be worth it. They're not cheap necessarily, but they are a little bit more affordable than the original Augustinus Bader products. So let's watch the video.
Hey Vogue, it's Dua Lipa and I'm going to walk you through my everyday skincare routine and makeup look. My first step is Bioderma, very important. Cotton pads, a little bit of this. I don't know what it is about this, but I just love kicking it off with this. It feels like it's like pressing the refresh button on a laptop.
I'm totally fine with Micellar Water. You guys know this. The one note I do have, besides Dua being a little bit rough with her skin when she was using the Micellar Water, she didn't really have any makeup on to me. Like, this seems like she's starting her day. So if you're starting the day, you wouldn't really need a Micellar Water to wash your face just because you shouldn't really have any makeup on. I think about Micellar Water and I think of it as a makeup remover or like a first cleanse. And then you go in with a regular water-based cleanser, which I know she does in this video because she does have a new cleanser in her skincare collection. So I know she's going to go from Micellar Water to a water-based cleanser. And if it's a morning routine, you don't need to do that. That's all I'm saying. I do know that some people in the morning will skip washing their face with water and maybe use a Micellar Water to just like refresh their skin a little bit, and then it doesn't dry your skin out as much. That's something that you might want to do, but a double cleanse in the morning time, not necessary.
I start with my Dua Skincare Balancing Cream Cleanser, which I'm very excited to announce. The science behind the formula is Augustinus Bader science. And for me, I was so excited to work with Augustinus Bader because I'm such a big fan, but I wanted to create my own skincare line and I felt like that the only way to do it was to really team up with the very best. I use about, I don't know, like that much. It's got this like cream to foam formula. That feels so good. And it's got like natural probiotics in it as well.
This is where it gets interesting. I have some notes that I took about the differences between the products when it comes to the original Augustinus Bader products and the new ones that are in Dua Lipa's line. I think if you are not a person who has created a skincare line before and you have never been on the operations side, like the back end of a beauty business like this or any consumer packaged goods business, it is really smart to team up with a company that already knows how to do it. You guys know that I started my branditarium with an incubator called The Center, and they were very good in helping me do all the back end stuff, all the operations, because that was something that I did not know how to do. And I probably would have run into so many more errors and issues had I tried to do it myself with no experience. So it is absolutely smarter to do it with another company. There's no doubt about it. Another benefit she gets from working with this brand is that they already have an established name. They're already trusted. Their products sell at a high price point, so she can price her products up a little bit more because there's this reputation around them. And they're already making products, which I think is the hardest thing, to find a contract manufacturer, get started with them, get working with them, get into your groove. She doesn't have to do any of that. And sometimes a bigger benefit is that that brand has these already existing formulations that can be tweaked to be turned into other products for another brand. And I'm not putting that out because I think it's shady. It's really, really smart. It's smart business. And tons of beauty companies do this. All the big beauty companies, the big conglomerates, they all do this. Every single year, you'll see some of the same types of ingredients, same base products get turned into more expensive products or cheaper products within the portfolio of brands that these companies have. Like, you think L'Oreal, they have Lancome. They'll take something that's doing well at Lancome, tweak it a little bit and put it into a L'Oreal product, maybe like a mascara or something. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, and you are getting different products. It's just that the base of the product is just being tweaked a little bit. Sometimes that's also for different price points, right? So we're saying that the Dua Lipa price point is a little bit lower. It's not cheap, but it's definitely cheaper than the Augustinus Bader price point that can get into the hundreds of dollars. Now, I say all of that because I looked at the different products that she's offering in her collection so far and the products that are being offered from Augustinus Bader, and there really actually weren't a lot of crossover products. The only one is this cleanser. This cleanser has a lot of the same base ingredients as the Augustinus Bader cleanser, a lot of the same surfactants basically. So you're going to get a similar texture, maybe even a similar rinse off as you do with the AB cleanser. I'm going to start calling it AB, by the way. It's so hard to say the entire name. So you're going to get a little bit of a similarity. It seems like the AB one is maybe a little bit more foamy. It has a few more ingredients, but as far as we know, those could just be marketing ingredients. And if you don't know what that means, marketing ingredients are ingredients that have been put into a product, and maybe not at a level that you get true benefit from, but it's an ingredient that people recognize and they think they get benefit from, like vitamin C. I didn't formulate this product, so I have no idea, but these are some of the differences that you're getting. So if there's something that I would say is very similar to the AB products, I'd say it's this cleanser. Now, where this gets really interesting and where I have to refer to my notes is that we all know Augustinus Bader, AB, for their TFC8 proprietary blend. This is, as far as I know, just a delivery system that they've created to help your skin get, like the peptides or whatever ingredients that they're including in their products to your skin a little bit better. Who knows what it is? Who knows if it works well? Delivery systems can be really complex. They can be really easy. I mean, something as simple as like an emollient can be a delivery system. So we don't know what that delivery system is, but this is incredible marketing basically because they have basically copyrighted something and we'll never know exactly what it is. And they basically say that this is the technology that makes their products so special and worth the price point, right? And that TFC8, they say it's like a proprietary blend of natural amino acids, high-grade vitamins, and peptides. And again, it's like this delivery system, right? For Dua Lipa's line, they have a new technology. This is why she keeps saying it's like the science behind it and stuff. First off, they trademarked Dua, capital DUA, which I think is really funny. So that's the name of the collection. So it's Dua, and it's powered, they say, by TFC5, and they trademarked that also. So the TFCA is the AB trademark, and then the TFC5 is their new proprietary technology tailored for skin with minimal to moderate damage. It delivers renewal signals in a more measured way and promotes the skin's natural health by supporting its barrier and enhancing long-term elasticity. By the way, if you didn't realize, I'm reading directly what they wrote. This is not me trying to like break it down or anything. This is what they're saying. And the reason why I really started to emphasize things like barrier and long-term elasticity, your skin's natural health, all of that, is because this makes complete sense to me. They are trying to target a much younger demographic than the people who use and buy Augustinus Bader. I would assume it's people with a lot of money who are much more mature, who are buying AB, right? And then for Dua, they've dropped this price point and they're trying to target a younger demographic, and they're going after really key trendy skincare words right now like barrier and skin health and long-term elasticity. So they're almost talking about people who are trying to prevent aging, whether you are a teenager in your 20s, maybe into your 30s. So more into that younger demographic. Does that mean that this is a completely different technology? No, we don't know. That's the beauty of them copywriting and trademarking and doing all of these things. It's marketing, right? I think it's smart marketing because it makes it seem more fancy than it might be. And again, that makes people think that the price point is then validated. So those are some of the big differences between the technologies. They're just kind of transferring it over. And they do say, like, they have this tagline like, now AB Science is expanding into skin smart preventative care with TFC5 exclusive to Dua trademark. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like you could buy these kinds of products like Bioma, because isn't Bioma all about barrier care too? There's so many brands that are like this. So they're really just tapping into that younger demographic. Let's keep going though.
Pro Heal Serum by IS Clinical. I really like it. It's got vitamin C in it. I think I've gone through so many different phases of trying to find the right thing for my skin. When I was younger, it would just be like whatever face cream I could find just to keep myself moisturized. And then kind of in my teenage years, I started having a bit of a problem with blemishes and spots and trying to figure out what type of skin I had and whether I was dehydrated or whether it was just the fact that I had really dry skin or, trying to figure out whether it was something I needed to fix from the inside out. And then when I started touring quite heavily in 2022, I really started struggling with my skin quite a bit. And I felt like wearing lots of makeup, sweating, waking up the next morning, I felt like I never at any point didn't have a spot or something, some kind of blemish of some sort. And so that, I think, kind of affected my confidence a little bit, and the feeling of not wanting to really leave the house without wearing makeup felt like quite a big deal. And so then I felt like I was on this mission to really find something that really help my skin and a way for me to take care of myself from the inside out and start making healthier decisions, smarter choices. That kind of led me to this like long journey to get to where I am right now.
All right, so she started talking about her skincare journey and what she's dealt with. To me, it doesn't completely match up to, I guess, what they're trying to do with this line, with this Dua line, because again, it's all about skin health and about barrier care and everything. And she's talking about like blemishes, she's calling it spots. To me, I would like to see brightening products, retinoid products, those kinds of things, right? If I'm a person that's dealt with this long journey of having blemishes and stuff, having spots and pimples and everything. So that's really interesting to me. That said, again, they are targeting a younger demographic. So it's good that she talked about her whole journey. And I think that, these days with so many celebrity skincare lines, you do want to have some reason why the celebrity is starting their line. I think these days it's such a saturated industry. There are so many skincare brands out there, and you see so many celebrities think, you know what, I think I could do this. Do I think that this brand has some legs? I do. These products look like they're really nice. I'm not saying they're not, but it will be interesting to see if Dua Lipa's, I guess her demographic, can actually afford these products. Really quickly about the IS Clinical product. So many celebrities love that product. It is the type of product that your esthetician would use on you or recommend to you when you get a facial. So it makes sense that a celebrity would like this product a lot because it's a vitamin C product that probably got recommended to her when she was getting a facial or several times from her esthetician if she's got like a go-to, which I'm gonna assume she does. I love that we saw something that she probably used before actually make it into this video.
Next up, we've got the Supercharged Glow Complex. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I'll do like about 2 pumps of this, just slowly work that on. And I feel like this is amazing because it really kind of defends against like fine lines and wrinkles. And it's been amazing while I've been on tour because I was like, that's the real test. When I get on tour and I see how my skin's going to react to it, that's really going to be the real telltale sign.
Again, referring to my notes, this is the Dua Supercharged Glow Complex, and it is $80. And I just point that out because it seems like a very, very nice product. It seems like a beautiful emulsion texture. It looks like it absorbs really quickly, and it probably does give your skin a nice nourishing feel to it and some hydration. The marketing for this is that it revives dull skin for a healthy glow, smooths fine lines, firms and boosts elasticity, improves clarity, fades post-acne marks, and soothes irritation and protects against environmental stress, and boosts hydration, leaving skin plump and healthy. Now, let's see what ingredients they're saying do all of that. First off, they have their TFC5, that proprietary technology, and that's all about the skin barrier, boosting the skin barrier. So I'm sure there's something in there that is nourishing for your skin. Then they have something called a marine bioretinol in here, which is one of those ingredients that is touted as like a retinol replacement ingredient. I find that ingredients like that are really nice for the skin. Do they replace retinol? Absolutely not. They're not a replacement for it. But do they do a lot of nice things for your skin, like plump it up and nourish it? Absolutely. So I'm sure that's a really nice ingredient. There's vitamin B7, which is really great for your skin. There's niacinamide, which is a really nice ingredient. We all know that I love niacinamide, and I think does a lot of the heavy lifting actually when it comes to products like this. So niacinamide is great because it's a jack of all trade ingredients, right? So it probably helps when they say like it helps to fade, like post-acne marks, niacinamide. When they say it helps to revive dull skin and boost hydration, do all those things, the niacinamide does a lot of that heavy lifting. So I'm not saying that this is a niacinamide serum, but I'm not saying that this is a niacinamide serum. There's also ectoin in here, which is a really trendy ingredient that really does help to improve your skin's barrier. So, they have their proprietary ingredient or their technology, but then they have the ectoin in it. Is it the technology or is it the ectoin? Because we know ectoin actually does help improve your skin barrier. So we'll never know. There's some other ingredients in here that look really nice, but that's really what they're touting for this product. Now, is it worth $80? It's really up to you. Do I think it's worth $80? Probably not, but if you want to feel bougie, if you want to support Dua, then $80 might be your thing. I'm not saying it's a bad product. It sounds like it's a really, really nice serum. So those are just things to keep in mind.
I'm gonna quickly just take my vitamins so I don't forget. I always start with vitamin C. These ones taste disgusting. You just gotta squeeze it and then just, oh my God, the bottle will open it. I mean, if something's gonna wake you up, it's that. I do sea moss. They're not great either. I think for me, for my mindset, waking up every morning, doing a workout of some sort, Pilates, yoga. If I really don't have time, then I'll take like 10 minutes for meditation or a stretch, especially because when I'm touring, I need it to just feel really strong and feel centered in my body. I have this thing that I always say, like, oh, I feel a little bit wobbly today, and it's usually because I haven't like centered myself, and then I have to get up on stage and use every possible strength that I've got in me to just like run and dance and sing, and I take on so much energy and I give so much energy. So I think being able to balance myself every day has proven, at least to me, to be the best thing for me to be able to put on the best show, and then also leave something for myself as well. Okay, I just need a bit more water because bloody hell, that was disgusting.
Yep, a little water. The vitamin C, the liposomal one, first off, I feel like there are really good tasting ones out there, so you don't have to take one that's terrible tasting. I looked this one up. It has a very potent amount of vitamin C in it. It's liposomal, which is something that I think is really interesting always when it comes to supplements. And that's essentially meaning that it's like encapsulated, which you guys know I love when it comes to skincare. It helps it better absorb into your system and makes it more, I guess, like stable and bioavailable for your system, or at least that's what they say. You know, like it's an interesting thing. Do you need to take vitamin C every day? Not necessarily. It's a good ingredient though for your skin. Same with the sea moss. I feel like this is a trend, and it's supposed to have lots of different nutrients in it and everything. But again, when it comes to sea moss, you don't have to take one that tastes terrible. So I don't know why she would be taking any that taste terrible. I feel like there are so many different brands when it comes to these kinds of supplements these days. These aren't like very rare supplements that you've never heard of before. These are ingredients that have been around for a long time. So you can definitely find some that taste good. She was like almost like retching there. She had to really chug her water. To me, I'd rather just take a pill if that's going to be the case, because I can't stand anything terrible like that. She looked like she was like just not liking it whatsoever. When it comes to the working out, you know, I have to say this past year especially has become my like workout era. And I really have to say, there is something about working out or meditating, doing all of this that does help you balance. But it also, in my opinion, is the best way to complement your skincare regimen, because it helps with anti-aging. And now there are studies out there that prove that strength training specifically is anti-aging for you. So I have been loving my workout routine, especially my strength training routine. I work out with a personal trainer. I feel very lucky that I get to do that like 3 to 4 times a week. And it really has, and in my opinion, been like the best thing I could have done for my health and for my skin, for the way I look. I feel like it just helps me look better. So I love that she's saying that too, because I do think that it's hard to be a successful person and a person like climbing up to the top of the ranks, especially someone like her who's constantly on the road and busy and touring. You have to find some kind of balance. So it's good that she's doing something like that.
Next, we use the Renewal Cream. Can you see how excited I am about all this? So this is the Renewal Cream. Also, how cute. Same here, I do a couple pumps. And also this has kind of like a natural pinky color to it, and that's because of the vitamin B12, which really helps protect the skin barrier. Oh my God, this feels so good. There's this amazing technology, which is only in the Dua skincare, and it's called TFC5. I love it. It's basically a mix of like peptides, moisturizing proteins, antioxidants, and it's just this amazing science that creates an environment in your skin for good skin renewal. And anytime I have anything left over, I'd put it like on my neck. My shoulders sometimes get it.
Okay, let's refer to my notes. Again, the Dua Renewal Cream. This is $75. I don't know why it would cost less than the serum. Maybe they're assuming that people associate serums with like, that it works. It's gonna be like a treatment for your skin. And so they're willing to pay more, even though it's only $5 more. This is a cream that locks in hydration, smooths texture, evens skin tone, firms and enhances elasticity, combats visible fine lines and wrinkles. What else are they claiming? It does have a pre and postbiotic blend to help with your skin's microbiome. Hexapeptide 9, which is a really nice peptide to have in there too. Daisy flower extract glycogen. Interesting. Microbiome complex. And it has, again, the TFC5 proprietary technology, which I'm glad to hear her talk a little bit more about what it has in it. And even looking at the actual ingredient list, it does seem like it's a really nice moisturizer. It seems like it's a light texture moisturizer. So again, targeting a younger demographic, people that don't have mature skin like mine that need maybe a richer moisturizer. This seems like it's one of those Goldilocks moisturizers that are like just right, you know, like it's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's just in the middle. That's what I feel like you're gonna get with this. Is it worth $75? Again, that is completely up to you. If you are down with this kind of marketing and you want to support Dua, then by all means, you want to feel a little more bougie, go for it. But does it have anything in it that it makes it extra special? Probably not. The other thing I want to point out, she really did, like, she brought it down a little bit, but you guys know how I feel about it. Like, look, my neck neck is starting to age now. And I wish in my 20s and 30s, I really, like early 30s, by mid 30s, I was bringing it all the way down to the nipples. You guys know this. Definitely bring all your skincare down as far as you can go and get it on the backs of those hands too. And that's not just your moisturizer, by the way. You need to put all of it. Put all of it, because you don't want any of it to age faster than the rest of it, you know? One thing I do want to point out about the Duo products, this is just an opinion. I'm not behind the scenes with them. I think that this is just proof that Augustinus Bader products can probably be sold at they're kind of just like showing us, right, that they can sell their products at a cheaper price point. Are these products in the Duo line being made a little bit cheaper? I'm gonna guess that the formulas aren't necessarily cheaper. They're not being made any cheaper. So if you want to have like Augustinus Bader products, you're probably getting something very close to it, if not the exact same thing. It's probably similar teams making the products, similar contract manufacturers making the products. And if anything, one of the ways that they cut down on cost is with the packaging. If you look at these products, it's really cute packaging, but this is pretty much like stock packaging. I can find manufacturers that have these certain shapes and stuff of the packaging for her products. I recognize all of them, whereas like the Augustinus Bader ones, they're not necessarily like completely custom made, but they have some custom things made about them. So there's a little bit of difference in pricing when it comes to the packaging. Now, do I think that the Augustinus Bader products are just made completely more expensive? Like they spend so much more money on them? I'm gonna guess not. I'm gonna guess that they don't spend that much more money on the formulas and on the packaging. I even said this on Instagram. This is proof that they can sell their products for cheaper. I'm just saying.
SPF. All right, so my skin's feeling ready and I'm gonna start my makeup. I don't do too much, especially when I'm on tour. I'm gonna end up having to put on more makeup for stage. So this is something that I just start with.
Glad to see that she used some sunscreen, because we all know that you need sunscreen. Interesting to me that they didn't show an actual sunscreen product. That tells me that we're probably gonna see one of her next launches be a sunscreen, maybe. Maybe it's like a moisturizing sunscreen for the face or something. All right, whoa. So right after I finished recording this reaction video, I decided to go about the rest of my day. I went and picked up the kiddos, say hi, Isla. Hi. And then we had dinner, did all of our things, and then I decided it was time for us to do a little skincare. We have our eye masks on, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought this is a great time to finish watching the Dua Lipa video. And I realized there was a part towards the end of the video where she said this.
Also, something that's really, really cute is putting the Glow Complex as a highlight. I got really obsessed for like a really long time with this one app called Yuka, and you can basically like scan any product and it will tell you like its score on how good it is for you and why it could be harmful and stuff like that. The Dua skincare line scored 100 on Yuka. So, clean girl.
You know, I like that she's trying to use her serum to give like another tip for highlighting her skin. But I will say, if a skincare product doesn't have any like really good film formers, it could actually just break down your makeup. So be aware of that. If you've got like full glam on, especially foundation, blush, bronzer, the whole shebang, then if you use something like a serum, especially a watery serum, it might just start breaking down the makeup and it might just look bad. So don't test that out on a day where you've spent a bunch of time on your makeup, because you don't want to find out afterwards that it just starts to look runny. The second thing is, what do we think about the Yuka app, Isla?
They believe in science.
Yes, exactly. And the Yuka app is not very science-based. If you don't know, it's always disappointing to me whenever I hear people say to me that they don't use a product because it didn't do well on the Yuka app. And I understand the intentions of the Yuka app, and it's trying to protect people, and they want to try to sell you on like, you know, products that are clean and good for you. But one, we know that clean is a made-up term, right? There is no actual definition of what clean is. It is not a regulated term, which is the most important aspect of it. So that means that anybody can say that they're clean according to whatever rules they want to make about it, right? It just has to sound like it's clean to people. The second thing is, when it comes specifically to apps like Yuka App, they're not taking into account real science. When they're talking about specific ingredients, they're not taking into account, one, how much of that ingredient is being used, because brands are regulated to use ingredients at a very specific level. Like, we cannot put products out with ingredients at higher levels. That's why sometimes you'll see, you know, for instance, a retinoid, right? At super, super high levels, maybe it could be toxic, but we always give it to you at levels that we're allowed to use in the skincare products that we give you. Also, I always want to point this one out. Water if you have too much of it, can be considered toxic. Did you know that, Isla? But we're never gonna drink that much water, right? The second thing is they're not taking into account how long that product or that ingredient is sitting on your skin and the delivery systems, all of these things. It all matters. And so it's very arbitrary when it comes to this app. It doesn't tell you anything about efficacy and whether it's a good product for you to actually see results. So what do we believe, Isla? We believe in
Science!
science. And using science the correct way. So disappointing. I hate when I hear celebrities talk about the Yuka app because it's so misinformed. And especially for this video because Dua kept saying the word
Science!
she kept saying science throughout the whole video. Powered by science, driven by science, whatever it was that she was saying. All the Augustinus Bader science.
Science!
Yeah, the Yuka app is not based in real science. So I hope that Dua takes that into account. Let's say bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was an overall really good skincare routine. It was pretty straightforward. The products all seem really nice. I just thought it'd be interesting to discuss these new products, these new Dua products that are part of the Augustinus Bader line. And of course, I'd love to hear what you guys think. I hope that this was informational. Should I bring back the reaction video? Is there someone that you want to see me react to? Do you have questions about any of it? Tell me in the comments below. You know I'm on social media. I'm always posting on TikTok and Instagram. I'm just at Susan Yara. And I missed you guys. I missed doing this. It was kind of fun. I love you guys. And I hope this was helpful. Bye.